Okay,
Uh,
Sim, are you ready? Are you ready, Sim? Are you going to
no,
finally say those words? And out.
take him off. Take him off. I don't want to on anymore.
What? Sim, it's okay, mate. Sim, you can't be still backing this manager, man. Honestly, after this week, I've just this manager. He just needs to go. He's got to go. Surely now. Surely there is no saving this manager. Please, Sim. Of all things that have happened this week, after Thursday night's demolition, I mean that scoreline flattened us. And anyone backing this manager going, "Oh, we only lost 2-1." We should have lost about 8-0. Honestly, Villa absolutely tore us apart more than Liverpool did.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with the scoreline flattered us. I think it shouldn't have been as close as 2-1. But, I mean, again, the circumstances are the same as they've been for 3 months. Like, how did you really expect to come here and we were going to look fresh and we were going to, Villa had 8 days to train for this game. Was there no kind of sympathy there with Ange?
No sympathy. He came out and said, "Oh, these players have been given everything." Well, I don't know what he's been watching. I don't know whether he's been watching some unicorns or rainbows or something else, because those players are an absolute embarrassment, and that starts from, dare I say it, and I've been saying it for a long time, and you know where I'm going with this, Sim. That comes from our captain. What excuses are we make for our captain? Because today, Jed Spence was running down that wing. Sonny was there, and he wasn't even keeping up.
I don't think we have a captain, Barry.
Well, but how many more excuses are we going to make for him? Son is finished. He's finished at this football club.
But Barry,
This manager is finished at this football club.
One game today. Look at earlier. Okay, I'm not. I don't think. I don't know why we. I know Son missed a chance today and he had a terrible game, but again, he's not the only one. I don't know why it has to be focused on him. But look at one game today, just before we played. Liverpool rested a load of players, right? They had a lot of players missing. They played Plymouth in the cup and they lost 1-0. That was one game. We've been doing this for 3 months, right? So do you not see how much of an effect this would have on us?
What Sim? What effect, Sim? What that this manager's had on us because of
the
his
injuries. I'm talking about the injuries.
Yeah, but they're from Ange's tactics, Sim. No, or we gonna
not
we
all
gonna
of
give
them.
him more
Not all
excuses?
of them. Not all of them.
Okay, or what are we gonna say about Richarlison being injured now? Really, we're gonna die on a hill with Richarlison?
What do you mean Richarlison? 11 players out for 3 months, Barry. Don't think that has an effect on the squad? Effect on overplaying players? They get absolutely knackered and as well not as good. Is there nothing? That can't be ignored.
Sim, when we've had the opportunity to play players like today, why is Reggie not playing? Why is Porro still playing? Why is he not doing the things that he's had? He's had opportunities to play players and rest players.
Porro was rested on Thursday. That's why he played today.
It's not good enough. Barry, I've got a question because the bench that we had, as I said before the game and during the game, we just didn't really have enough on there as like a game changer. But my point is really about Ange in terms of that adaptability or something different. And I've always in this belief, like there's quite a few youngsters on the bench, and as you mentioned, like Region and everyone like that. I mean, it's not going to complete the team, but like maybe just throw them on and see what happens, because we've been watching. Sim's point about the last 3 months is quite interesting, because actually we could argue that the last 3 months we haven't seen anything different, because it's always been those same players, which may be why they're so tired. So if we give them a bit of a rest by playing maybe some of these youngsters, yeah, you could argue like, oh, but we need to protect them, they need to learn this, that and the other. Well, the best way of learning, in my opinion, is to get them chucked in, like with any job in the world. So do you not think that plays into the hands of the fans, including myself probably now, as to when they're saying, oh, Ange is doing the best with injuries, this and the other, that he could maybe have tapped into those kind of areas a lot more? Like, because that's what I think he could have done even today, is just play a load of those players that are on the bench, just put them on, because we might see something different.
Yeah. If we'd have played these players or had a plan, or but instead it's going to be a youth project, then it's going to be a youth project, right? And then we accept it. But at the moment, we're not. I don't know what the plan is. Nobody knows what the plan is. The
Exactly.
plan
We
is
don't know what anything is.
the plan is just, oh, we've got a load of injuries and the players are doing their best and I'm trying my best, and that just seems to be it. We're not, but when we're not actually trying anything. The last 25 games since we beat Villa 4-1 at home, we've won 9, and obviously lost 12, drawn 4, right? But the 9 games that we've won, Brentford obviously the other day, Elfsborg at home, Hoffenheim away, Tamworth, Liverpool in the first leg of the Carabao Cup, Man United just 4-3 in the Carabao Cup, Southampton and Man City, apart from the Villa game. I mean, it's just, look, I wanted this to work, but it's not working.
Yeah.
It's not working. And there's obviously a protest before the Man United game. Everyone, and I know obviously Daigle and will come on and talk about it, and everyone else involved with talking about it probably is that people need to be there for that protest and they need to make their voices heard, right? We can't keep doing this because, like you said, Si, you said reseat this for 18 months' time. It was the same before under Conte. It was the same with Jose. It was the same.
I've said it on these watch-alongs, Barry. I've said it many times. I've said it every single time. It's like no one listens. Like, not to me, but like it seems like we enjoy this situation. Like we enjoy this every 12, 18 months. I don't. I think it's repetitive and boring.
But do you think, Si, this is the worst it's ever been, right? This is the worst it's ever been.
I consider this to be very similar to maybe that bit of that Sherwood era where we still didn't really know what we're doing or what's going on, and probably the 90s. I was quite young in the 90s, but I still remember very big stints of it, especially when my dad was going to protest to get Alan Sugar and all that out at those periods of time where it was really bad. So we've gone full circle, really. Daniel leaving all that have taken us to where they could possibly get us to, being very lucky along the way in most instances, made a lot of money, made us boring, sustainable words, blah, blah, blah. And it's come full circle. It's time to sell. The only difficulty I've still got in my head is what I said earlier, personally, is I'm like, I don't know what could even be different with a new investor or a new owner, because it could be even worse. It could be better. We don't know. We don't know until we try that. But equally, until someone stumps up the money, we're stuck with this. The chairman, we can protest all day long. I heard Sean's video the other day, and I partially agree with it in the sense that I'm always at protests. I'm delightfully in some of the newspapers from the recent one with my face behind the banners and everything with the balloons. Like, but you sit there and you're like, these protests aren't going to do anything really, but we have to, as fans, at least show our passion and our dedication, and we have the right to do so because we pay a lot of money. It's within our rights to do so. So we at least show face that we care. Maybe the club doesn't care, but we do. So that's why I do it personally, and I believe in the project of Enoch Out I have for many years. It has to change, but we're going to go around in these philosophical circles. Different managers. We had serial winners come to Tottenham. They don't win anything. They get sacked for a lot less than Ange is still here for, by the way. And now we're going to go back into this circle again. Hey ho presto, the managers that we've sacked said aren't good enough and dinosaurs. They're bloody winning things. So what's going on here? We're stuck in this situation again.
So Barry, what is the if sacking Ange is the solution, what's the question? How do we improve? Where does sacking Ange get us? What does that get us?
Well, I think it gives us some way of salvaging the Europa League and climbing up the Premier League table with a bit of a new manager bounce. I think that's the only, and that's me clutching a little bit, right?
So is that worth sacking him over?
I don't think, and there's probably a lot of people in here as well. I don't think a lot more people can. What are we going to do? Wait until the Europa League's done, and then that's another 2 months. And I don't know. I can't. I don't think I can watch this anymore. I don't think I can watch this until he's gone. I don't know about anyone else. I don't. Yeah, I don't know, but I can't.
And you don't. And wait, and Barry, can I ask? What do you not think it'll be any different once the players are back from injury? You think there'll be no difference?
No, because we lost. Because we're being lied to about Van der Ven. Clearly, Clearly, he's injured, but we're monitoring him and we're trying to do what's best for him because he said he did. So that's a load, that's a load of nonsense. He's clearly injured, and it probably looks like it. Well, it looks quite serious. Romero was supposed to be back by now, no, or back in the next week. That's all gone quiet. But there's an international break coming up soon, so I'm sure he'll put himself
he'll be
a
back.
couple of games before the Argentina are due to play. Does it make a difference? What? Because we might see Archie Gray actually in midfield, because none of these midfielders seem like they want to be able to pass the ball to one another, let alone.
Because we'll have more players available. We'll have fresher players who can actually rotate. It will just be a different situation.
We'll be fresher, Sim, because we'll be playing one game a week. That's why it'll be better. We'll be playing one game a week.
Swings and roundabouts to an extent.
And
I agree.
I
with
don't think maybe we might concede less, but we don't even look like, all right, Tell scored and we scored the other. We don't even look like that. Our front three don't even look like scoring. So, where it's all very well saying they're going to what Solanke comes back, and because Solanke comes back and then starts banging goals in for fun. Well, he wasn't doing that before.
No, but it will just give other players a break. We can rotate. Well, the front players will be a lot fresher than they are right now. They're being.
Are we going to drop Son? Are we going to? Mikey Moore was the only person in that first half that put a decent cross in. And then he gets hooked off at half time
when he came off.
Huh? You
said when he came off. Why? We're taking more off.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I thought we looked better in the beginning of the second half when he went off. So I don't think it was a bad decision to change up like he did, because I thought there was improvement there. But unfortunately, in our best moment again, we conceded, and then they made subs. They brought Rashford on, Asensio. They could freshen things up, and you can see the energy levels just massively increased for Villa once they made those subs, and it took the game away from us. I think that was the reality. I actually thought we improved in that 20-minute period after we made subs, so we created some chances, and we probably could have got back in the game at that point, but we didn't. That's the reality we have to live with. But I don't think that sub was actually, in hindsight, a terrible decision.
No. But I'm just saying, Sim, they're bringing on players that have been at that club for how long? A week, 10 days, maybe not even that long, and we've got players that have been in that club.
Yeah, we
for
have to start
plus
well, I'm sure we would love to bet in our signings, but we don't have that luxury.
No. But the point is that if there's a plan, and if there's tactics, and if this manager has a plan, then these players should know. Forget Danso, forget Tell, but the rest of them, how long they've been here, they should know what the manager's planning. There is no plan. That midfield, I don't even think we play with a midfield anymore, because they just everyone just passes straight through it. 1-2 passes, bang, they're attacking. And that's been like that for the last, and that's not down to tiredness. That's not down to the new signings or betting in new signings. That's down to tactics and the lack of tactics, because we've seen it week after week after week. Look how open we are, and I'm not qualified like some people that will be able to explain it better, right? But I can see it with my eyes that we are absolutely wide open. You saw even Leighton, or you saw it. You saw it from Leighton Orient yesterday. They were plugging the gaps against Man City and making it difficult. We don't even do that.
It's a great point, Barry. I think it's exactly that point.
I don't. That's fair. That's fair. I'm not gonna.
Anyway, there's loads of people here. I don't want to keep you late. Si's got a long drive. And
all right, Barry.
Let's just Sim. It's okay, mate. We can have that intervention soon. Don't worry.
Never.
Good to see you, mate. Good to see you.
See you soon, Barry.
See you later.